40th anniversary of the Albion tornado. It's a presentation that's happening tomorrow afternoon. Welcome, Ashley.
Thank you.
Nice to have you today. What organization are you with?
So I'm with the Elk Creek Township Historical Society.
And you've been studying this tornado for years?
Not years, but it kind of fell into my lap here. So about last year, when we realized it would be 40 years this year, we decided we needed to have something. And so it, one thing leads to another, and it became my presentation. So I did a lot of research, and the Albion Public Library helped a lot with some of those materials, and we utilized some of those materials from the news stations, from the newspapers. Clippings were donated, and different books like Watch 211 was a big one we utilized for that.
What are some of the facts that you dug up that surprised you?
That in most cases, it says it was an F4, but it actually was an F5 that hit Albion. So, and I did not know that Mr. Fujita himself had come and actually surveyed the damage. And just upon looking at it, he was like, "This is an F5."
Yeah.
So, most of the damage, most of the storms that hit our area included winds up to 300 miles an hour. So I did not know that. I myself was just a tiny little one at the time.
At the time, yeah. Are you an Albion resident?
I am. I'm from Albion. I now live just outside of town in Platea.
Yeah, and I'm sure that you have family that remembers that day very clearly.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
So
this presentation is happening tomorrow at 4 o'clock in Albion at the Little Church on the Hill. For those who attend, what can they expect?
So you can expect, we wanted to mark 40 years since this event and kind of mark how far we've come since then. Emergency services have really expanded because of this event.
And warnings.
And warnings. From what was 2 minutes, if that, 2 to 5 minutes warning for the people at the time has increased a lot. Has increased to sometimes, sometimes 10 minutes, 10, 15 or more.
Yeah, so. And lives were lost that day.
Yeah, we had 12 lives in our area alone, the Albion and Cranesville area, that were lost. So we'll be honoring them as well and their families. We'll be reading their names, and towards the end we'll ring our bell tower, ring our bell for each name read.
That's nice. How important is it to honor these anniversaries to keep the memory alive of what happened that day?
Well, we had a lot of children come too, a few children, and because probably their parents remember it, their grandparents remember it, and they're probably thinking kind of, what's the big deal with this? This was 40 years ago. But it's important to remember because, we learn from history.
Right, yeah.
So we've come a long way since then, and we want to remember and honor those families. We are thankful for our first responders. We have the daughter of one of the doctors who will be speaking that was one of the first responders, and the Brigadier General of the National Guard will be there this time as well.
I wonder if some of the residents who lived through that, if they made changes to their home or to their family plan when severe weather, rolls through the area.
Oh, definitely, because they now have an emergency plan where you didn't really think you needed one before, and the school...
Just go to the basement, but there's a lot of other things you really need to be thinking of.
Right, yeah, so the school became a command center at that time, and really was encouraging those emergency plans, offering mental health services, because there was a lot of trauma that still people are hanging on to. So we want to offer a time and space to hopefully continue that healing. So.
I don't remember, was the school destroyed in that tornado?
It was not. So it was still standing. So that became kind of the command center for emergency services, a makeshift morgue, and the district manager of the school district, he kind of lived there for a while, helping keep things going.
And it happened so close to the end of the school year, they probably just called it a season, and the kids didn't come back.
Yeah, I believe that was it.
Yeah, it is fascinating. Again, you can check out this presentation, the 40th anniversary of the Albion tornado. It's tomorrow at 4 at the Little Church on the Hill in Albion. Ashley, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Come back anytime.
All right.